what's going on Facebook? Let's see something here. My screen looks quite dark. All right, let's see here. Come on. I'm having some technical difficulties already. There we go. I need to be able to see myself. So, what's up, America? If this is your first time joining Kevin's Corner, please hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. But first, you got to let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you're actually on the air and you can hear me. So somebody type something in the little chat box. See, okay, here's a night owl. Okay, all right, I see some chats coming in. Yeah, so can y'all hear me? Hey, look at this. I'm getting some gray in my mustache too. Oh, shoot. The gray ain't localized no more. I see. The gray's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and spread all over the place. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, Gray. All right. Now, first of all, welcome to the show. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And I'm here to try to make your week feel a little bit better as you start. It was a tough one. Trying to get off from work and make it here. I'm still in my work clothes. I was booking trying to get here, man. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I always underestimate the time I have and be like, oh, you know what? Work probably won't be too bad today. Then they send you all over the world. And then I come rushing back in a truck that only goes 65 miles per hour. And I come in here and I'm like, all right, I want to talk about all of this stuff, but I got to go ahead and focus on a couple things, which tonight we will be talking about that. Starting off with creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe being baited into a debate. Boy, I wonder how they're going to spin that one. And then, of course, we got some other things to talk about, and we're going to end with a very controversial, in some people's opinion, but not mine, controversial statement made by a UFC fighter that adopted 2 little black babies. Yeah, man. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get busy. Let me get loose. I rock the planet. Get my stretch on. I got to get my... What? Like a what? Real gorilla. There's some G's in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So, if this is your first time joining the show, then you need to know that I got a Kevin's Corner store. You can go in there and get all kind of stuff, all kind of merch. Yeah, shop till your heart drops. And also, I do have, I accept any type of donations to the channel. If you want to support what I do, all you got to do is just find the links below. I got a CASHAPP, I got a PayPal, and I need to go ahead and jumpstart my monthly fundraising link. So if you see that one, don't worry about that. Just go straight to the regular, CASHAPP, PayPal, or whatever. Now, I do appreciate all the likes and when you guys follow me on other platforms, because I'm trying to broaden my horizon and see, I can tell that YouTube don't love Kev. I can tell they don't love Kev because I'm sitting here right now looking at 98 people. Everybody know what time I come on every day. 7 to 8-ish, 30-ish, and all of that good stuff. But who knows? I saw one person say they couldn't even find me when they was typing my name in. Kevin's Corner. YouTube was like, oh man, who? How you spell it? What do he do? Like, what kind of channel has he got? Okay, hold on. Give us a second. We're going to go look for it again. They play games like that. So we have to work around those silly little games. And it's great if you guys can share my videos and do all that other stuff. Somebody said, I found you. Great. Excellent. So now let's get into this. Because Creepy Sleepy went on Howard Stern's show. Do a little more pandering. He went on there with Weird Al Yankovic. That's what he looks like right about now. So let's see what happens. Because see, Weird Al is about to get Creepy Sleepy in trouble. Yeah, man. See, you can't completely script Howard Stern / Weird Al to go ahead and follow the script very closely. So he might slide in something that, his handlers aren't ready for. And he did. And Joe took the bait. He opened up his big fat mouth like a bass and took that big worm, So let's see what happened, because see, Howard Stern thinks he's helping Joe out. See, he's a Joe Biden supporter and a Trump hater. So right now he thinks he's helping Joe out, but he really stuck a fork in him. Let's see.
The fantasy I had. I don't know if you're going to debate your opponent.
I am somewhere. I don't know when. I'm happy to debate him.
Did y'all hear that confession? No backing out now, Joe. No backing out now, creepy sleepy. So my man came out and said, I am. You know what? I don't know when, but yeah, it's going to happen. Now, I know when he said that, everybody, all of his handlers were going, can't believe this. Now we got to get out there and try to spin this and cancel it. Now, I'm thinking they might come up with some garbage, you know, because see, Joe said it. He said it. And Trump seized upon it immediately. But I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with some garbage as it gets closer. The president has reconsidered debating President Trump because of Trump's rhetoric. And he feels that it wouldn't be good to dignify someone like that. They're going to have to come up with something because the word is out. Now everybody's licking their chops. Yeah, I want to buy tickets. I'm thinking about selling tickets for it. I might have a slaughter party.
That's how I would handle it. Tell me if I'm nuts. I am nuts. But tell me if this is accurate.
Okay.
I would stand there on stage with Trump and I would repeat over and over again, excuse me, please find me 11,000 votes so that I can win the election.
But see, Joe can't do that. That's the problem, Howard Stern. Apparently, you're just hating Trump and not following Biden. You can't be following what's going on with Biden, because if you did, you would know he can't sit there and repeat that over and over again. If they told him to do that, he might get away with, not a joke, not a joke. He might be able to say that over and over again, not a joke, because he says it so much. But to complete that whole sentence over and over again, you think Joe could do that? Absolutely not. So he thinks Joe, for some reason, is operating on all 6 cylinders. And I'm thinking, Howard, where have you been? If you watch Joe Biden, you would know that Joe Biden is in no condition to debate. So why would you even ask that question if you trying to see Joe Biden win? So Howard Stern, with his Trump derangement syndrome, thinking he's helping Joe out. And all he did was set Joe up for failure, and Joe's brain didn't have enough brain power to catch it and say, absolutely not. Not debating him. He'll slaughter me. Are you kidding me? I could barely remember what I ate this morning. So let's continue.
I would just repeat that over and over again. And then I'd say to the audience, what are we debating? A man picked up the phone and wanted to say, fake the election, give me 11.
Now look at Joe. Joe's trying to process that right there. Sitting there like, wait, this wasn't in the script. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah. So now, Howard Stern is up there repeating Democrat talking points and lies. That's all he's doing. You could tell that this man is not astute when it comes down to following politics, or he would know that it was settled that Trump did not try to steal the you-know-what by asking somebody to find 11,000 votes that weren't there. That weren't there. See, so Howard Stern is a victim of propaganda himself. And what he's doing is innocently repeating the propaganda. You could tell Howard Stern believes all this crap. He's concerned. He's like, Joe, I'm with you, man. Look, this is all you got to do. If I were you. But he has no idea that he's been lied to, and he's spewing out propaganda. But the real problem is he have no idea that he's sitting straight across from a Muppet. Right across from a Muppet. He must have not got the rules when he came in. All right, now listen. You're going to have to play the part of the puppet master because we can't be seen. So here's what you read. Don't deviate. Don't follow up. Don't ask any questions, because you could reveal to the rest of us who already know that Creepy Sleepy's mind is blew out. Mentity.
1,000 votes. I don't know how any American who loves this country, that's the end of the debate. You don't get to run if you're going to fix an election.
Boy, I tell you. I mean, I'm so sick of that narrative. It's unreal. You know what's crazy about people who believe this? They don't realize that they're talking to the people who fixed the election. That's the crazy part about this. But it shows the power of gaslighting, the apparatus at work to convince all of these people to absorb fake information psyops, and all of that good stuff, and to trust the authority that they all set up. All right, look at these. These are legitimate news networks, right? Owned by us. However, you have to believe them, right? And look at these. These are politicians, Democrat politicians. You don't believe when they tell you that Trump stole the election, that he did it? I mean, are you an election denier? What? No, wait. Don't go looking at all of the footage of the Democrats that have rejected election after election after election. Just focus on Trump. We don't even want y'all to see the compare and contrast. We don't want y'all to see that, because then maybe one of y'all broke brains might just start to say, wait a minute, they did the same thing. Why aren't they being called election deniers and trying to steal elections and rig elections? Why aren't they being called that? Why is it that Crooked could come up with a fake dossier and deem Trump to be a Russian agent and still going around on TV talking about he's a dictator and he's going to steady election and Putin's probably interested in working with him again? Boy, I tell you, man, we need to clean up our media. We need to clean it up, you know. But nonetheless, here's Joe about to go ahead and buy right into the lie and push more propaganda. I got people outside cutting grass, dogs barking, all that stuff. Glad I got these nice, fine-tuned, high-powered, highfalutin microphones. So let's hear Joe fall for the trap.
On January 6th, when they were storming the Capitol.
And a police officer died.
Yeah.
Right there. Did you hear Weird Al Yankovic? Just eat it, eat it, eat it. Doom, doom, doom. Eat it, eat it. So now Weird Al comes out and throws out a big fat lie. Now, police officer died. No, Ashley Babbitt died. But he's repeating this stuff. And you could look into that big fat Jerry curl hair that he has on top of his head and tell underneath that big fat Jerry curl hair on top of his head, he believes this in his little pea brain. And all he got to do is Google it. That's all he got to do. But does Joe correct him? No, because Joe be saying the same thing.
Yeah. And he would say nothing. He was sitting in that office that dining area off the Oval Office for 3 hours and said nothing.
Was he lies? Must you lie to us? So now he claims Trump was just sitting there for 3 hours as all of the, the insurrection and stuff was taking place, and he was just watching it. Don't worry, they're going to make a comeback, trust me. I know they only have cell phones and MAGA hats, but watch them do it. Yeah, so he lies and says that Trump was sitting there checking it out when we all know that Trump sent out a message almost immediately telling folks to stop. But what did the internets do? What did the same internets that has been suppressing my channel, the same internets that covered up that lip top, the same internets that's been censoring folks and wouldn't let us speak our mind about the you-know-what that popped in from you-know-where. And they forced us to get the you-know-what. The same internet that was removing people for that crap, and come to find out, those people were right. But they took Trump's message down. And yet this guy's out here lying. And see, this is why you can only send him and other Democrats on friendly networks with uninformed people. So either the interviewer has to be complicit in helping Joe by throwing him the questions and coordinating what they're going to say to him and ask, or they have to be completely ignorant to all of the propaganda and lies that has been told about Trump to where they genuinely are concerned about it and bringing it up. So all it allows them to do is go ahead and say, yeah, wasn't that bad? Hey, I told you he said that he didn't, all those World War I soldiers were dummies and all of that stuff, and they were losers. And see, and Howard Stern is a victim.
I was supposed to make a speech on the economy that day. Instead, I made a speech from I was in Delaware on that issue because I was elected president, but I wasn't sworn in yet.
Elected? Were you? I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. 81 million votes.
It was derelict. It was almost criminal. He did nothing. He just sat there and watched what was happening.
This is such a lie. Such a lie. Now, I hope when Trump watched this interview, He's taking notes of all of the lies that Creepy Sleepy tells when Trump's not around. See, he's that guy that's out there talking reckless until the person shows up. Out there like, man, yeah, man, I'm telling Keith and them, I'm telling you, man, that dude can't scrap. He be getting black eyes all the time, man. He a punk. He a sucker, man. Let me tell you about this dude. And then all of a sudden they be like, well, why don't you tell Keith? Because here he is. And oh, shoot, Keith, what up, though, baby? Hey, man, I was just talking about you. I was just saying how, you be knocking dudes out all the time. Yeah, he talks reckless because Trump's not right there and the interviewer is sitting there like this. Tell us more, oh wise one. So now he's just throwing out these lies, unabated, no pushback. Why don't you come into Kevin's corner, Creepy? Boy, you talking about a beating? I'm telling you right now, Secret Service might attack me for my words. All right, we're going to go ahead and have to protect the ego. Take him down. Take him down. I'll be like, I ain't even touch you. I ain't even touch you. As they're dragging me to the ground. I ain't even do nothing. I'm just asking questions. Yeah, you're about to make his head explode from those questions and checking him on all his lies.
Not a single thing. Now he wants to he calls them patriots and victims. And I mean, it says he's going to pardon them all if he's that real.
I don't know if you can.
Now, see? Once again, no context, straight propaganda. That's what they have to do to try to win. So wait, he's calling them patriots and he wants to pardon them because your DOJ is locking him up with all kind of crazy charges forever? You mean because of that? While letting Antifa and Black Lives Matter go? Is it because of that? But here, let's hear some more of how he got baited into taking the debate.
Going to debate your opponent.
I am somewhere. I don't know when. I'm happy to debate him. I don't think the election's over yet on that score.
What do you think's going to happen? I can't imagine you're going to lose, but...
Well, look.
Oh, yeah, you're going to lose. Yeah, Howard Stern is delusional. I don't know who he thinks he's talking to. It's unreal that this man is in the presence of Joe Biden, and he's like, I don't think you're going to lose, but he's really concerned. And I'm going, dude, just... How did you get him into the studio and you think that he's cognizant and able to debate Trump? And you're actually asking a question like, I don't think you're going to lose, but what you should have never brought that up. It's obvious that he's going to lose. You could sit Gizmo out there and debate him and he would lose. You could sit nothing across from him and he would lose. He's often lost debates with himself. If you want to get something near and dear done to your heart, anyway, he's lost debates against himself, tapped out against his own self. And Howard Stern is out there like, you're not going to lose, are you?
He's promised if he doesn't win, there's going to be a bloodbath.
Oh, God. More lies. Look at all these lies around me every day. Yeah, look at all these lies. He's a liar. Doom, 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 doom. He's a liar. Doom, 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 doom. That dude's a full-blown liar. Hey, calling for bloodbaths and stuff like that. Yeah. Speaking of bloodbaths, I just took one. That's right. We do that daily, As Democrats, we are bathed in all type of nasty stuff because it keeps us young and we like the blood on us and it's a sacrifice to Diablos that we promised them. Yeah, so, no, am I on air? I'm not allowed to say that out loud, am I? Okay, well, getting back to Trump's bloodbath. All right, let's continue with his lies.
Trump makes fun of me.
Right.
I tell you.
Oh, rightfully so. We all do, Joe. We all do. You don't even realize you're the butt of all jokes. That dude didn't even realize the other day when he was up there talking about 4 more years, pause. And they all start chanting and he's going, like, well, where did they say? Oh, start laughing about it. So this guy right here, he's delusional. He don't even realize he is the joke.
The kind of guy in the neighborhood who wish he could have gotten in the neighborhood and meet head to head.
Here we go.
Like to debate, you can do it anytime you want.
Oh, there's the champ. He's like, come on. See, you in for a bruising, cruising for a bruising. When you've been talking reckless about somebody, man, when I see him, man, hey, dude, ain't nothing gonna be between us, man, but air, man. I'm going straight in his mouth. And that person shows up and he's like, we can do it right now. See, but the person got conditions, the one that, nah, man, I can't fight right now because my mom and them said I got to come home and I got to, I bring my dad's walkie-talkie wristwatch home. And, but maybe like, can we schedule something for next year? No. No, you've been talking reckless, saying we could do it anytime. So let's do it right now. Like Michael Jackson. In the phone, in the streets, in the theater. Anywhere you want to do it. In the streets. So Trump is out there calling him out. Let's see what else.
Tonight, I'm here. I'm ready, willing, and able. And if he wants, I'll do it on Monday night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. We'll be in Michigan, a state that he's destroyed.
But the president has changed his...
Woo-hoo-wee. Now, I want to promote that fight. Hold on. Hello? Yeah. We want to schedule a fight between Biden and Trump. Yeah, I want to put 17 quadrillion zillion dollars on Trump. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Now, you sure Kruppy's going to be able to make it? I mean, can he walk? Well, I don't care. Roll him in a wheelchair. He promised to fight. Well, dang on, he can't back out now. I've already sold tickets. So I want to see if Creepy is going to own up to that. He's going to be in that bad boy with notes. I can see it now. Trump's going to be hammering him and asking questions. You know what, Trump? Wait a minute. Is that on my cue cards? The answer's not there. Can I phone a friend? No, I can't call Black Gay Drop. Okay, wait a minute. Is somebody in my ear still? Tell me what to say. What do you mean? What? The debate's over. Trump left an hour ago, and I'm still here? Yeah, that guy still be standing there. Don't even realize the debate's over. So I don't think it's going to happen. However, it's going to be interesting watching them explain that away. When he verbally came out and said, let's do it. See, selling wolf tickets, man, get you all pumped up, get you all hyped, and you say something reckless, and now you got to go, uh-oh. So I'm sure his staff is trying to figure out how in the world can we slide out of that and walk that back and make Trump look bad and without making Biden look nuts and weak. So let's see.
Walking routine out to the helicopter on the south lawn of the White House. And it's actually this iconic image that all presidents for a long time have enjoyed.
So wait, you telling me the man who said he wants to debate can't walk? He can't walk? So wait a minute. How you gonna get into the ring if you can't walk? Let's see it, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Axios. Now y'all making stuff up.
The president walks out by himself, solo, to the chopper, and then people will typically then follow behind him, and they'll fly off.
Oh God! You see that walk, and then what is that? The two-step? You ain't fooling nobody with that mess. All you're doing is putting your life in danger, Joe. Every time you try to hit the quick two-step, you run the risk of falling and busting your head open to the white meat. To the white meat. So why don't you just continue to focus on putting one foot in front of the other? Cause Joe gotta see what he's doing. Yeah, that man cannot walk normal. And that right there is a telltale sign that the brain and the feet ain't on one accord. The brain's like, so I wonder what we gonna do after that. Wait, what? You're walking? Wait a minute. You know what? How do you expect me to think about chocolate chip and you guys are walking? So this guy needs all his brain energy to focus on right, left. Let's see some more.
But apparently the aides decided, and his team and handlers decided, his gait, his walk is looking a little shaky these days.
Oh boy, is it. Wobble, baby, wobble. My man's wobble. Leading head first sometime. Head get out in front of him. The head be like, okay, you want to walk? You want to walk? Come on then. Let's go. Wait a minute. You're moving ahead of my feet. That dude's starting to walk like a toddler again. Like a full-blown toddler. So let's see how they compensate to try to make us all think that Joe is sharp and witty, ready to get in the ring. Go one-on-one with Trump. Yeah, but he can't walk from Marine One. He can't walk from Air Force One. None of that without his staff covering it up. So now they got to surround him to try to take away from the fact that this man can't walk this way.
And so they've started to surround him with people, a whole like coterie of hangers-on to accompany him, almost escort him out there. So maybe the way he's walking is less noticeable.
Look at that. They said, you see that shuffle? Them feet barely no stride whatsoever. Man, them feet barely lift off the ground. His feet is doing this, shuffling, not this. None of that. It's this. Barely lifting off the ground. So he's doing a Hollywood shuffle. And here it comes. Here comes the cover up. Ready? Look at that. I've never seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aides jump off Marine Run and circle the president. Usually, this is a solo mission to highlight you're the man. We want a video and a picture of you showing strength when you get off Marine One, when you get off Air Force One, and you walk it all by yourself in the grass, not looking like some type of zombie skeleton. We don't want that. So they have to send people out there to cover it up. Let's see.
Said in March, he was walking by himself or with a family member, like his wife.
Get in
starting
positions,
April
people.
16th, he was joined by staffers or lawmakers 9 out of the 10 times. So it just appears that they're changing. Axios is always also the one.
You see him? You see the mechanical arms? You see him? The hands is like this. I'm like, geez, relax. Relax your hands, Joe. But you can't. The brain's locked up. Okay, Joey, you can do this. Wait a minute. You can't use the same arm and same leg at the you know what? Wait. Is it alternation? Wait a minute. There we go. No, wait, I'm doing it again. So that guy right there is walking like he got stilts right about now. Every step is tender. It's gentle. He's walking like his feet hurt. That's what he's walking like. Like he got about nothing but bunions. No feet at all. His whole foot is a bunion. That's how he's walking.
We did the story on changing his shoes so that he wears smarter shoes.
They need to change his feet. Dang on it. Just swap the feet out. He's done. Let's go ahead and just, you know what? I'm telling you, the real legs, the real feet, but the fake legs. Fake legs with real feet. Got to go with it. Because he is blew out.
Flexible shoes.
Right.
Look at that.
Well, we even saw that at the border that time when you got the chief of the border patrol where he's supposed to be looking at the border, but he's holding on to the border patrol chief as if he's a cane.
Easy.
Right, so if
you see? You see the eagle go down? Yeah, that dude, he can't walk like an eagle, let alone fly like an eagle. So you see him take a spill going up Air Force One while he was looking at the steps. Now, you know it's bad. When you're concentrating on what you're doing, usually people get caught slipping because they just don't pick their feet up, catch a step or two. But when your whole mission is to properly put your feet on the next step and you still trip, that means your foot and leg just couldn't do it. It couldn't perform the function. The brain told it to, but the foot and leg was like, man, you better get out of here. Talking about some step up on this. Man, you crazy. I'm about to embarrass the heck out of this fool. Got us out here at 81 years old trying to walk up steps. Y'all tripping. Don't look that way at us. Y'all the one want to run again. Shoot. I don't care if they laughing. They ain't laughing at us. They ain't laughing at us. They laughing at you, Joe. Yeah, the feet and the legs down there, like what that got to do with us? So there he is, falling up the steps again.
you want to give the perception that you're young and vital and need 4 more years, this is not the best way to...
See? Couldn't get that foot off the pedal. Now, everybody knows when you're riding a bicycle, as you know you're coming to a stop, put those feet down. When I was a young boy, just starting to learn, I would drag the feet. Yeah, for some support until the bike comes to a stop. I don't want to take the feet off the pedals when it stops. Yeah, because then if it tilts and your foot gets snagged on the pedal, you're going down. You're going down. But Joe, at 80 years old, I think he was at that point, decided I still got the quick twitch muscles. No, and went down. But what was great though is that audience who was like, ooh, as he was riding up, ooh, here we go. Oh, that was hilarious. Man, I'd have been like, back up. Everybody leave him alone, okay? Let him get up on his own. Boy, I tell you, man. Here we go.
To do it.
Look at that.
Just by him walking. At his age, with the
he's ready to debate.
He does not walk well.
Yeah, he's in debate shape. That right there looks like debate shape to me. Y'all see that one? What is that? Mm-hmm. So, somebody said, I sure have missed these lives with Kev. Good, welcome. So now, the people on Fox, y'all, they shouldn't be doing this. Look, dog, they laughing at Joe. What?
And if you want to give people a sense that America's in charge, a superpower, you always look to the president. And the president, when he walks like on uneven ground, it's like a Rolenda walking between buildings. Well, you do not know right, what the next step will be.
They're having a capping session on Joe. And I'm mad I wasn't invited. Telling they should be like, Kev, this is Fox News. We want to bring you in for a capping session. Really? My big day? I've been waiting for this moment for all my... Hold on, wait a second. Hold on a second. Here we go. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh, Lord. I will be there before they hang up the phone. When can you be there? Ding dong. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. Somebody's at the door. Is that you? Yes. I'm right here. Yep. I've been waiting for this. Yep. Got my phone set up and everything. Like, okay, Fox is going to be calling me. I'm going to show up and let Biden have it. So, yeah, man, they're up there having a capping session on him. And it's sad because only folks that watch, say, Fox and alternative conservative news know that Joe is in this condition. I have never seen... Wait, I take that back. MSNBC showed... The only reason they showed this because it was so funny. And they had to cover it up. When Joe fell up the steps 3 times. They all showed it, but they showed it to cover it up because it went so viral that they're like, oh, crap, we can't just ignore this one. Now, they've ignored all the other stumbles, all the other trips, all of that. Yeah, but when he fell up them steps, it's like, okay, we can't ignore this. But what we can do is spin it. The president said, the White House said he was blown down 3 times by the wind. It was 8 miles per hour or something like that. So if you're not watching alternative news, most likely the folks that's voting for him, they don't know it. Thus, you have Weird Al Yankovic / whatever his name is, Howard Stern, actually asking Joe about debating. So obviously he has not seen all of this, or he will go, if I'm trying to help this dude win, why would I encourage him to get out there and make a complete hee-haw of himself? But I'm okay with it. Yeah.
Be your last.
Talking about a stiff gate. That's what they're doing. This is part of a bigger scandal that should be called Feeble Gate.
Oh, yes.
Right? It's a scandal to cover up Biden's ever-diminishing function. Let's be honest. The only way that Biden can look younger is to surround himself with corpses.
Boy, I tell you, Greg, right on point, man. I'm mad that I wasn't there on that set right there in the capping session. So yeah, that's bad. That's the only way he could look younger. I told y'all that last couple of weeks ago looked like he had a funeral makeup on. I was sitting there like, what the heck? Are they already starting to embalm Joe? And he don't know. Wait, I'm not even dead yet. Now, I'm sorry about that. You know what? We already started the process. So I tell you what, we're just gonna leave this amount. Can we just isolate it and put it like in his feet? I mean, what? He already can't walk. I mean, yeah. Look, man. I mean, yeah, the feet's going to harden, but they're already hard. They're already hard. Look, I'm going with it. Yeah, embalming him already. So now Judge Janine is about to take a little more serious approach. Maybe Howard Stern needs to listen to the judge here.
Said when he was a lifeguard, he saved a half a dozen people from drowning.
Half a dozen. Now, this is all on the Howard Stern show. See, when you get Joe, his juices flowing, them lies start to going. Yeah, he got that crusty, spoiled juices flowing, and those lies start to go in. So now, everything that you could possibly think of, Joe has done. All right, so now wait, Joe done saved how many people?
I learned a lot, and I made a lot of friends.
Did you ever save anyone's life when you were a lifeguard? Was anyone ever drowning?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, well, half a dozen times. Usually,
Half a dozen times? So that dude must have been in a pool where nobody could swim. Nobody. Most lifeguards don't get the chance to rescue half a dozen folks in a lifetime. I'm saying, wait. You was a lifeguard like what, a summer, and you rescued a half a dozen folks. What kind of pool were y'all running? Dang on it, all my time growing up at the neighborhood swimming pool, I only saw one person almost drown, and that was one of my best friends that I wished evil on, like Ricky Bobby did. Don't you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby? Because I couldn't swim at the time. And they was clowning me. It was a little island. The pool was a circle, and it had a gate right there that went to the deep, Then they had a little platform in the middle with a diving board, and the folks would go to the little gate and swim out there. And the dude was, all my boys went to swim out there, and he was like, man, you sorry, man. He's giving me some he's cutting on me. All the ladies was there, and I'll never forget. I was like, man, I hope he drowned. And sure enough, my man went down once, twice, and it was the third time that I was like, uh-oh. Went to the lifeguard, my friend out there drowning. And these raggedy lifeguards was sitting up there, probably like Joe. I got blonde hair, and I like when the kids rub on my legs. And man, that lifeguard was like, man, I don't see nothing. I'm like, I just saw him go under for the third time. He ain't coming back. Once you go down for the third time, you ain't coming back up. It was because of my other two friends, they saved him. Yeah, but that was out of all the years we went to the pool, that was the only kid that almost drowned. And I never told him that I wished that evil on him, y'all. So don't tell him, okay, if y'all see him out there. I was like, dude, man, I saved your life. Man, I was the one that told the lifeguard, after wishing you would take one for the team, because you cutting on me. And I learned how to swim. Yeah, that's what I did. Learn how to swim right after that. But this guy claims that he done saved dozens of lives. He should have a medal. That's all I'm saying. This man should have been brought up somewhere for a medal of the president and honor house. Saved dozens of lives. It was drowning.
Younger kids, but...
You do the thing with the whistle and then jump in the bathing suit and get...
You got it.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was a big pool. There were 7 lifeguards there.
Wow.
Don't you believe it? Big pool, 7 lifeguards, but Joe was the one saving all the lives. All the lives. Uh-oh. Made my violin fall. But yeah, so Joe saved all those lives. What were the other lifeguards doing? Just chilling? They should have shut that pool down if that many people almost drowned.
See, that would define my... I would brag about that everywhere I went.
Oh, by the way, I did it up in Lake Ontario, too, when I was in...
Look at that. See? He don't know when to taper the lies. He don't know when to pump the brakes on the lies. Instead of pumping the brakes, keeping the lies to a minimum where they might be believable, what does Joe do? Oh, man, I'm killing it right now. Step on the gas. So now he goes from saving dozens or so lives at this local pool, but he takes the lie to the next level.
Too, when I was in law school. I did it up in Lake Ontario, too, when I was in law school. Look, one of the things that... I did it up there. I was in law school. Now, do you believe this? Do you believe Joe was saving life after life? Now, I'm sorry. This is the guy, though, that almost got, killed for saving Nelson Mandela or something like that? Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, I did it up in law school. But Judge Janine ain't going to let these lies fly.
Well, you saved a dude's life when you were in law school? You were still doing the lifeguard thing?
The lifeguards, people just need help sometimes.
Man, I tell you. I would commit all of these lies to memory if I was Trump. One, I would commit all the lies he's told on me to memory and let him have it during the debate. Like, you said I was calling out a bloodbath, and I'd blow that up. Say, you said I didn't make the phone call for 3 hours. That was a lie. You said I called all these people losers and the soldiers. I would let him have it, but I said, but let's talk about your lies. You said You saved a dozen folks from drowning, then went up to almost Ontario or wherever and start saving more lives. And then had the nerve to just make it seem like it was a walk in the park. Hey, you know, man, it's not. I mean, hey, look, sometimes people need help. Yeah, you know me, I'm just always in the right place at the right time to save a life. How many lives can you save? I pulled one person out of a burning car and I didn't get no praise, no accolades, no pat on the back. When I drugged the girl out of the car and the ambulance got there, all right, thanks, man. Here, back up. We'll take it from here. That's all I got. That is it. Young white girl crashed into a bridge, was knocked out, and the seatbelt locked up, front of the car on fire. Me and a couple other guys ran over there. This was my chance, y'all, to tear up a car and not be charged. So I grabbed a crowbar and went to work on the windows. Psh, psh, psh. Went in, snatched her over the back seat, drug her out, laid her out. She was messed up, but she lived. And the fire department showed up, and all they said was, thanks a lot, back up. They didn't take my name, nothing. But this guy saved all of those lives and no record of it. We're all the people that say, man, dude, when I was younger, Joe Biden saved my life. He saved my life. Can we find one? No? Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's so heroic.
Now, you want to tell me why he waited until he was 81 to tell people about that? Oh, number two.
Because it was a lie. That one was an impromptu lie right there. You know what? I used to save baby seals, too. You didn't know that? I was that good of a swimmer. I'd be out there swimming in the ocean sometime, and they'd get caught in the nets, and I'd just say, I'm going under. Hold my breath for 15, 20 minutes? That's the longest I ever did. It was 15, 20 minutes. Well, one time I died doing it. You didn't know that? Brought myself back to life. Did CPR on myself. Come on, Joey. I'm not going to lose you again. Not going to lose you again. That guy. That's how much he lies.
Oh, and he said, get this, he said, whenever he, as a senator, received salacious pictures that women were given, he would give it to the Secret Service.
Now, do y'all believe that? Oh, so the creepiest of them all. The creepiest of the creeps. So I creep. Yeah. So now Creepy said, when girls thought he was fresh and was sending him nasty photos, he was like, man, what is this mess? How you gonna disrespect me with this? Man, hey, Secret Service, take care of this. Take care of this. Or was he like, what is this mess? Man, you know what? I can't believe they sent this to me. Wow, this is... I shouldn't be looking at it, but you know what? This isn't right. I'm going to keep it for later so I can remember what not to do. These people can't be sending me nasty photos like this. Now, what's your name again? Where is she from again? Yeah, that guy. The same guy who is in his daughter's diary. And she is saying that Creepy was getting creepy in the shower. And he wants us to believe that he was turning in racy photos or nude photos, I guess, of these women.
I got put in that 10 most eligible bachelors list.
Because you were a United States Senator, you were a catch.
And a lot of lovely women, but women would send very salacious pictures, and I just give them to the Secret Service.
Joe!
So there's just two problems with that lie. Number one, we all know that Joe Biden would have never handed any nasty pictures to the Secret Service. He would have kept those mugs for his nasty self. But number two...
You didn't have Secret Service when you were a senator.
Oh, face. Joe, if you're going to lie, man, you got to get the time frame locked up, man. So now we all know that you nasty little stinking creep, you. We could tell that by the way you lock onto those kids. Even now, be in the middle of talking. So anyway, I was the other day. Is that a kid? Joey! What? Where was I? Okay, back to sniffing. No, did I say that out loud? That guy who rubbing all over people's face, caressing kids' face, kids cringing. He wants us to believe that he was turning in pictures that women were sending to him. Please. Number two is he was a senator without no Secret Service. Wow. Now, This is what I'm talking about, y'all. I need my press pass because Black Gay Drop needs to explain that. The other day, Black Gay, the creepy was talking about he wasn't creepy and that he would turn in nasty pictures of girls and stuff to the Secret Service, but the record showed that he wasn't even he didn't have no Secret Service. He didn't have none of that. So then how can you explain that, huh, Black Gay? Now, Kevin, nasty girls was on top of mine. It was on top of mine. The president was just thinking about the nasty pictures. It's not that he actually received them. It was on top of mine. Yeah. Well, that needs to be on top of your mind. On top of that big fat wig. The more you keep coming out there lying for this dude.
Okay? Then he said when he was younger, he was on a porch with a black family. He was the only white kid on the porch.
Oh, no. Now, Howard Stern is sitting there absorbing all of this lies. He's getting an overdose of lies. How can you be there without just for 1 second saying, I got a gut feeling this dude is making some of this up? I feel like I'm sitting in an elderly home with my great-grandfather, and he's just running down all of these crazy stories, and I'm just sitting there going, oh, yeah, that's nice. Anyway, here, let me go ahead and feed you your pudding. Here you go. So now, what? Okay, yeah, there was that French Indian War you were in? That's right. Yeah, okay. All of that. But Howard Stern is taking this man seriously. So that man said what?
To the black family. He was protesting segregation, and they arrested him.
And I looked at my mom, I said, honey, you haven't said anything. She said, Joey, remember, true story, she said, remember when they were desegregating Linfield, a neighborhood with, 70 homes built at one, suburbia, and I told you, and there was a black family moving in, and there was people who were down there protesting.
This guy, man, he disgusts me. He's the slimiest, nastiest, stinkingest, lyingest. So, once again, it all comes down to, do you think Joe loved black people like that? I mean, this man, the segregationist, the one that said he didn't want his kids growing up in a racial jungle, and he always tried, it always goes back to some black family, some black person, or now some gay person. This is on that level of, me and my dad was going into the bank and I saw these two men kissing. And I looked at my dad and he said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other. Now, I'm sure that story went like, Joey, it's simple. They think they love each other, but they're nasty, stinking. I can't believe these two men are out here doing this. You know what? They need to get sent out of this country. I'm sure that's what his dad would have said. But he acted like his dad was that progressive. That progressive. It's simple, Joey, they love each other. But yet Joe himself, when they asked him about gay marriage at first, was talking about that. You know what? Marriage is between a man and a woman. I can't believe these people. But now all of a sudden, though, it was simple, Joey, they love each other. Now, do you think a white man back in those days would have said that to baby Joey? First of all, do you even think those two gay people in Scranton would have just been kissing out in the open? Back in the Joe's 81. And he said it happened when he was like 15 or 16. Are you kidding me? That was when people did stuff in their homes. Yeah, if you had something you did that mess behind closed doors. Folks didn't even kiss their girlfriend in the public. No, sweetheart, I can't kiss you out there like that. It's improper. Yeah, it's not seemly. We'll wait till we get home, huh? Yeah, we can hold hands, but that's about it. Okay, Johnny. Okay, holding hands is fine. That's it. But this guy's talking about gay folks was up there kissing and his dad talking about some simple Joey, they love each other. So now he's sitting on a black porch, hanging out with the brothers, and just gets arrested for hanging out with black people.
I told you not to go down there and you went down. Remember that? And you can.
Yeah. So why'd your mom tell you not to go down there? I told you not to go down there hanging out with those black people, Joey. Told you they were going to get you in trouble. Boy. How are we going to raise you as a white nationalist if you keep going down there hanging out with the black people? Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to raise you as a slimeball Democrat. That's what we're going to raise you as.
And got arrested for standing on the porch with a black family. But They brought you back, the police? And I said, yeah, Mom, I remember that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah, Mom, I remember that. Oh, boy.
So why would they arrest you? I mean, okay, and then this...
Because that makes the story more impacting. Because Joe don't know how to tamper those lies. He don't know how to put it, calibrate them. This completely. No governor whatsoever. So now, what good would the pander story be if he didn't take it to the chin for the brothers? And they arrested me and took me home and said, look here, little white kid, next time you better stay away from black people. Yeah, remember that? Remember that, Joey? Yeah, I remember that. No, you don't, Joe, because you made that up. Come on, man. So, of course, I was arrested trying to see Nelson Mandela. I was arrested and hanging out on the porch with black folks for some reason. I marched in the civil rights, whatever. All of these lies. So these are the things that Joe needs to be accountable for if he debates Trump. But how can he do that? But he done left so many of them out there that I'm telling you, you wouldn't even have to. He would get frazzled if you start bringing up these facts. You would never even have to get to the policies. All you got to do is just rip off like 5 of these lies he's been telling lately and be like, Joe, we fact checked that. Even Snopes or whatever it is said you were lying. Even this, you said that this happened. You kept saying that this happened. You keep saying you was in the civil rights. All of these things, once he get rattled, he would go to pieces. I guarantee you. That's not even touching on his raggedy record, which we're about to see.
He said he was a runner in state scoring football.
What is that? Is that a new... That's what they called it back in my days. I was a runner in state scoring football. I had my leather helmet on. And my knickerbockers. That's right. Back then we wore knickerbockers and leather helmets with no face mask. That's right. And it was a real pig skin. We used to just grab the whole pig, pick it up on our arms. Now run like this. Arms straight out while they sing. They call him Mr. Football. Yeah, that's Joey's imagination. So let's hear about this football story.
What the hell is that?
But for example, I remember starting off playing Catholic League football, CASHAPP football.
By the way, I don't think a lot of people know that you were a star receiver. Right?
Howard Stern is such a bubblehead. So underneath that big Jerry curl he's wearing is a bubblehead. He's believing the Biden lies. You got to be, he's the male version of Joey Behar. And by the way, did you tell everybody you was a football star? I want to see the footage. Show me the plaques. Show me the rewards. I want to see him in the whatever Hall of Fame. Because see, Howard Stern believes that he broke all kind of records. Let's see.
You were the first string guy. You were the guy who caught the ball.
Runner up in state scoring,
What? Oh, I got to sneeze that lie out. Runner up in state scoring. Where? I got my records. Dang on it. You see that plaque up there? Yes, I still own that record and I got proof. You can go down to Ursuline High School right now. Thank you, by the way. Go down there and see I got the single rushing game / scoring record. 373 yards and 5 touchdowns, 22 carries. Against a D1 school. I was all over the place. Like Benny Hill. And it's on record. I got the video. Where's yours, Joe? Where's your video, Joe? Nowhere. Because that's a lie. Yeah, that's right. A second runner up and scoring and this and that. But...
Wow.
But I was a run.
First of all, he always said he was the first one in his family to go to college. Then we heard that his grandfather played college football and he was the best. I mean, you need to have drinks when you go through this.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you need drinks. Or you already been drinking something if you believe all those lies. So it sounds like Howard Stern has been drinking the Kool-Aid. That's right. If he believes those lies, man, I'd be sitting there the whole time like my Uncle Ron. Whole time while Joe talking about, so you say you used to play football, huh? Uh-huh. What position? Huh? Tell me, what is the end around? I start asking him some questions. Yeah, some football questions and see him explode. Let's continue.
It's just ridiculous. And this man is representing us. He talks to Xi Jinping. He talks to Putin. Oh my gosh.
Well, see, that's just it, Judge. He doesn't talk to Putin. He doesn't talk to Xi Jinping. No, his staff does that. They're not letting this guy go out there and talk to those people because then he would expose how bad off he is. That's why he's never going to be able to negotiate any type of peace agreement between Israel, Palestine, or Ukraine, Russia, nothing. That man can't negotiate anything. That's why he never meets with Congress. All of those meetings that's been requested by the Republicans say, okay, you want us to work with you, let's meet. No, because I'm blew out. And if you come meet with me, you'll realize how bad I am. That's why. So let's get into it, showing just a little more about the condition that we are in when it comes down to creepy, sleepy, and why it would be a catastrophe if he debated.
Bidenomics is working.
What we have seen is historic numbers. We are in a historic place in history.
You're right about that. They're garbage. Historically high.
Historic place right now as we look at where we are with the economy.
Folks, Bidenomics is just another way of saying
it's garbage. Bidenomics is another way of saying we've destroyed the whole country.
The American dream
is going down the drain. That's what that is. I got to help Joe out finish his sentences. The American dream is dead. I killed it. That's right. He shot that mug.
And I'll take a step back for a second. In the last 2 years, almost 3 years now, the president has done more
to tear up the country. There you go. President has done more to destroy our country in 3 years than any other president ever.
More in the last 3 years than some presidents had done in 2 terms, Mika.
You're right about that. Because to destroy the whole country in 3 years, at least give you 2 terms. But boy, I tell you.
In 2 terms,
President Biden and I are building an economy
that stinks. That's what it is. Sorry. I'm sorry. I got to let him finish it. It pops in my head every time they say stuff like that.
Works for working people. And that, my friends, is called
working illegal immigrants. I'm sorry.
Bidenomics. And Bidenomics is working.
When we look at where we are economically, and we are stronger economically than we have been in history.
Well, I think that the American people are smart as hell and know what their interests are. I think they know they're better off financially than they were before.
Under Trump? That's what they know? Uh-huh. And if they have any brain cells and they're paying attention, they would know you don't know nothing. I can tell by the way you're talking, Joe. You don't know. Joe don't know.
It's a fact. And all that data, all that polling stuff shows they think they're more positive about the economy than they've been, more positive about their jobs, etc.
Our country is going to hell.
We're also getting some new polling out today on the 2024 race. Walk us through what this means for the president.
Yeah.
Donald Trump showing in these polls that he continues to hold an advantage over President Joe Biden. Now, according to these numbers that you see there on your screen, 49% of registered voters choose Donald Trump, and then only 43% for Biden.
Let me make sure.
There is major disapproval over the president's handling of the Israel-Hamas war, with 71% disapproving. And then 2 is the economy. And this has been an issue that the White House and the Biden campaign have tried to convey to voters that it is heading in the right direction, but we are still...
So they've been trying to gaslight us and lie to us and tell us it's heading in the right direction? Things are getting better. Trust me. Wait, how much did you pay for your gas? Okay. $100 to fill up the tank? Don't worry, it'll go down at some point. So they've been out here gaslighting us, swearing up and down, inflation's lower. Everything's getting better. People are happier. And they're just going to keep saying it. And hope that at some point the brainwashing kicks in. But it doesn't appear to be working. In fact, what's crazy is it seems to be backfiring in areas where I'm saying that these are people who normally vote Democrat. But I guess they're being awakened by these prices, by this economy, by all of these illegal immigrants in their neighborhood. Let's continue hearing about this bloodbath.
Seeing in these numbers that there is still quite a bit of a hesitation over whether that's indeed true, with registered voters here only 34% approving of.
Yeah, that's what Joe want to do after seeing that. Oh crap, my butt's been wiped. Let's continue.
The president's handling of the economy.
Look, I know you gotta be frustrated. I know. I can taste it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can taste it. I need you to taste it. You're gonna feel it, hopefully in November, unless y'all do something tricky. Unless y'all do something tricky. But I want these Democrats to get beat beyond recognition in November. I'm telling you, I don't want it to even be something we can look back and compare where we're going. I mean, there's back in 1800s, there was a similar beating in a presidential election. I don't want this to be able to be compared to any election that we've ever seen. We've never seen anything like that. We don't even know how to document. We've never seen anybody get negative votes. Joe Biden somehow has negative 1,000 votes. The math doesn't even add up. We can't understand. We can't make sense of it. That's how bad I want to see these Democrats get beat.
And digging into some more of these numbers in our new poll, it showed that 61% of registered voters think that Biden's time in office has been a failure.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Remember, guys, he's the worst of all times. The best at being the worst voters of all time.
With only 39% saying success. And so these numbers do not.
I want to meet all 39 of those people. Percent of those people. Somebody go get my nerd glasses and my white long lab coat, my clipboard, so I can study their brains. Okay, so what makes you think that the Biden administration has been a success? What are you writing? Nothing. I just want to know your answer. Well, I think that when he came in, he brought civility back to the White House, and the adults were in charge. Adults were in charge. Subject is delusional and suffering from TD. Go ahead, continue. I'm just writing some personal grocery list. Subject is crazy, and you got to be. If you're in that 39% where you're like, I think it's our presidency, it's been a success. I need to study your brain and find out, how did you come to that conclusion? What are you looking at? That's about as bad as when Mark Hamill the other day had the nerve to say President Biden was the best president that America has ever had. His brain needs to be studied. I need to be like the man with two brains. Put that brain inside of some type of jar, and be studying it for ages. Talking about something. If I like it, you like it, you like it, I like, we like it both the same. Well, I like to say this very day, I like to know your name. That's for y'all who is old school. If you know something about the man with two brains. Steve Martin, baby. Let's continue.
Look good for President Biden.
You're horrible. You're horrible.
Tell him again. He ain't get enough. Go back. One more.
You're horrible.
Don't finish. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's what he deserves.
And we should be saying, Crooked Joe, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. You're incompetent.
Didn't drag him out?
You're incompetent. Get out of here. You're destroying our nation. Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
Now, could you imagine another 4 years? Another 4 years, the destruction and carnage that man will leave. That's if he makes it another 4 years. But you know what? It doesn't even matter to the machine, because they already know he's a Muppet. They got contingency plans. If he kicks the bucket, it don't matter. Everything continues to go on, because right now it's going on and he still don't know what's going on. He might as well have kicked the bucket, because this man is unaware of anything. When we see him reading off of cue cards and reading off the teleprompter and reading parentheses and directions and all of that stuff, You think he knows what's going on? If he kicked the bucket tomorrow, nothing would change because they've been operating without him anyway this far.
You're destroying our country, Joe.
Take him out of there.
He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't even know.
No,
he doesn't know he's destroying it. He has no clue.
You're hurting me.
There you go, just like that. Just like that. Yeah, that's America. Yeah, that's Biden. You hear something? I don't hear nothing. I don't hear nothing.
Women.
I love that clip. I love that clip because nobody's even paying attention to the liberal. Yeah, drag him out of there. Drag his butt out of there. So, guys, here we go. Some more stats.
President Trump leads by, it's 1 point, so it's in the margin of error, but leading among women, that's a big deal. Flip over to 18 to 34, Trump's leading by 11.
What?
Independents, Trump's leading by 9.
Oh, now this has potential to become a bloodbath, y'all. A full-blown bloodbath. Now, of course, if people watching my show and I become too famous, become too big, they're going to go back to this clip right here when I said bloodbath. Kevin from Kevin's Corner once called for a bloodbath, just like Trump. Did you know he was a mini Trump? He was a Trump in training. That's what he is. He's a Trump in training. And he wants a bloodbath as well. So I got to dummy proof it. Political bloodbath. Let's continue.
Our new CBS News poll found that...
Oh, what the heck happened to Black K-Drop's eyes? Good grief, man. Somebody done went a little too heavy on the eyeliner, the eyebrows or something. Man, they put the caterpillars on them bad boys. So let's see if I could focus on what she's saying and not those caterpillars that's sitting right there above her eyes. Okay, you can't cover it up with that mop on top of your head. I see them poking through.
Registered voters in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania believe that they would be financially better off if Trump wins. How do you explain that?
Yeah, how do you explain that? Y'all ready for this one? All of these folks in all of these swing states are saying we would be better off. Now, you can't deny what they said. So how you gonna spin this, Black Gay? Let's see how good you is. Okay, you can't deny it. Why would you want to? You need it. So now, Black Gay Drop, do what you do best. Propaganda.
I'm going to be careful because we're talking about registered voters. We're talking about a candidate. Okay. Now, obviously, the former...
Now you want to follow rules and laws and stuff. Hey, I want to be careful. We're talking about a candidate, former... But that's okay to go ahead and try to lock this man up and get him off the ballot. Collude with all of these folks to go after him. It's okay to do all of that, but I want to be careful. It's okay to come out and say that he said a bloodbath. And talking about a real blood. It's okay to come out and say that he called all of the World War I veterans losers and suckers. It's okay to do that, but now all of a sudden you want to be careful when those polls is digging into y'all. So now you want to try to act like you're following the rules, so I can't say too much.
President who's now a candidate. I got to be mindful of the Hatch Act, and so can't speak to that specifically. But
I bet you can't. Because you can't make that mess make sense after all y'all done to Trump and he's still spanking y'all. So now you don't want to speak to it. It's like when the FBI or Mucus or Fauci or any of them go up to the Capitol and they know that what they're going to say is damning. What do? I got to be careful. I can't speak to it. It's an ongoing investigation. So I got to be real careful. What you're really saying is, I don't have a legitimate answer that's going to make sense. So now all of a sudden I'll start talking about here's some procedures and protocols and rules I got to follow that's going to restrict me from really diving into it like I want to. Well, you don't want to. That's why you're using that stuff, those excuses.
What I will say more broadly is we understand what Americans have gone through.
Do you?
We understand.
Yeah, because y'all put us through it. Yeah, we knew that going in what we was going to put y'all through. Shoot, you think that pandemic fell out of nowhere? We knew we was going to stick it on y'all. Fauci was talking about it before it even hit. Yeah, man, that saved our lives. Open up all kind of corrupt doors. There you go. Then we knew we were going to lock y'all down way past the 2 weeks that Trump initially agreed to. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that we need to go ahead and bring the intel community to start locking all of y'all independent folks on the internet down because y'all was digging in us for the last 8 years and cost Hillary the election. Then when it came down to Joe, would have stuck it to Joe too, but you know what happened. But then we had to go ahead and use the internets to shut y'all up about recognizing and point out what happened. These people are election deniers. All of these efforts. And now all of a sudden here she's like, I gotta be careful. I gotta be clear.
Understand that the pandemic was a heavy burden on Americans.
It's the heavy load when you lie down here. So now it's the pandemic. Here it comes. Bring them out.
We understand that Putin's aggression.
Oh, not Pootie. Not Pootie. 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 And the Dems. The Lion Dems. Boy, man, they need to send Pootie a gift card or something. Thanks for letting us use you to get out of all that trouble. And you don't mind of us name dropping, do you, Putin? Okay, you don't mind? Okay, good. That's all they do. So now we got what? All of this, these people. Now, anytime they could blame Trump, they would. But now all these people said, nah, we're not feeling it. So what does she blame?
Specifically, but what I will say more broadly is we understand what Americans have gone through. Yeah. We understand that the pandemic was a heavy burden on Americans.
Did y'all put on us? See, these are things that I need my press pass for. I would be like, yeah, speaking of that pandemic, wasn't it you guys, Democrats and Democrat cities, that y'all wanted to keep locked down for like a year and a half, 2 years, and force folks out of work and kids out of school? Wasn't it you guys that did that? Destroyed the supply chain. It was you guys, right? Okay, and then get back to Putin. What about this?
We understand that Putin's aggression.
Wasn't it you guys that told Ukraine, nah, don't be signing nothing talking about you won't join NATO? Forget that mess. You know what I'm saying? Make Putin put up or shut up. I don't care he mad. We gonna want y'all to come in NATO. Ain't gonna make no commitment to keep y'all out of NATO. I don't care nothing about that. What he gonna do? He invaded. Oh, now the gas is going up. Oh shoot. That one's on us again too, right? That's on us again. But it's Putin's price hike
into Ukraine caused inflation to rise, right? Pandemic caused inflation to rise, caused damages to the supply chain.
No, that was Pete Booty, not Pootie. Pete Booty, not Pootie. Pootie didn't do nothing to the supply chain. It was Pete Booty while he was on vacation, breastfeeding with that fake boob, his baby. While he was doing that, the supply chain was collapsing. But you want to blame Pootie and not Booty. Let's continue.
And so that's why the president took action. The American Rescue Plan obviously was incredibly important in turning the economy around.
It didn't turn it around because Bidenomics sucks.
Dealing with the supply chains. And we also understand that prices are still too high. They're still too high. So,
but y'all said they were coming down. Y'all said things. I've been watching you come out and do your press conference. Prices are down. Things are getting better, and people are really enjoying life now, and everything's great. And now go out and vote for Biden. I'm starting to think you're a liar, Black A Drop.
Oh, this is why you hear us talk about junk fees. This is why you hear us talk about
junk fees that nobody cares about. I have not met one person that's talking about junk fees or snacks that don't give you the full amount because they're trying to cut back a little bit. Not one person. I don't know one person who measures their Snicker bars, the Snickitos. I don't know one person who cracks open their Doritos and like, okay, 8 of them are missing. Show me the person who slices open the dang on ground beef to make some spaghetti and meatballs, and they're going to feel a little light, maybe an ounce or two off. They're holding back. Nobody. But these are the things that the Democrats try to throw out there to trick the people into thinking we're working on your behalf. Junk fees, please.
Lowering prescription drugs. It is important making sure that big corporations and billionaires pay their fair share.
You mean the same ones that's donating to your campaigns? The ones that's in y'all pocket and y'all in their pockets? And they always coming out with that slogan, pay their fair share, and you know that's not going to happen. Because see, if that's the case, why don't all of you rich politicians start paying your fair share? How did you become rich? How did Biden make all that money? How did Nancy Pelosi become rich? And the rest of them. Really? How did Mad Max become rich? The most racist, angriest, dumbest running around. If you see anybody, and she's rich. I wonder if they're paying their fair share. You think the big guy with that 10% is paying his fair share?
And so we're going to do more work, and we're hoping that message gets through to the American people.
She don't believe it. Y'all see Black Gay drop up here trying to keep a poker face? And so we're going to... Oh, God, this is hard. Okay, come on, Black Gay. Come on, Black Gay. Remember, you're the first Black Gay press secretary. You could do this. So we're going to continue to do more work and continue. Are you crying? No. Yeah, you should be.
That's why you've seen the president in New Hampshire, in Las Vegas, in Madison, Wisconsin,
doing nothing,
laying down
lies, laying down lies and gaffes. That's what he's doing out there, because that's all I see. Yeah, I don't get none of those massages that he be talking about. I don't get the message, because I can't understand what he be saying half the time. And then when I can't understand what he's saying, it's a gaffe. But y'all couldn't understand what he said when he said, pause. Yeah, y'all had the, stenographer write that off like I couldn't understand what he was saying. Oh, we all understood what he was saying.
That message directly to the American people.
Well, guys, and the lies keep coming as we close out tonight. Oh, wait. Yeah, we're going to close out with this real quick, and then we're going to close out with this fighter that was inspiring. He inspired me. But the lies keep coming, see. So they're at their wits' end when it comes down to trying to throw mud on Trump. I mean, it just keeps sliding off. I don't understand how he comes out squeaky clean. How is it that the fake news, these Democrats, all of them throw mud on him, but yet all of these people still see him as squeaky clean? Folks that used to have mud on their glasses are starting to go, wow, Trump don't look so dirty right about now. After I seen these gas prices, whoo, man, these mortgage prices, whoa, Trump's starting to look cleaner and cleaner. Cleaner and cleaner. So who do they send out? Coconut Head to try to go ahead and drop another fake narrative. So let's check out Coconut Head. You put the lion in the coconut.
This is
See coconut in the middle? You put the lion in the coconut and drink it all up. You put the lion in the coconut and you feel better. The Coconut Head is in the middle.
It's dark, but I don't think people should be surprised when Donald Trump announced, when he, on his inauguration, we're just steps from the Capitol over here.
I smell a lie coming. Y'all smell that? I smell some proper coming. Okay, so she's talking about that. I don't think it's on Donald Trump's inauguration. What did he say? What did he say?
In his remarks during his inauguration.
Oh, wait, whoa. Now, why are they all agreeing before her statement? Did you see that? I caught it. Watch their heads.
When Donald Trump announced, when he, on his inauguration, we're just steps from the Capitol.
What is that? What is that? Why are all of them doing this? They don't even know what she's about to say. But that just goes to show that these folks are all Muppets too. It don't matter what she says. Hey, come out when Donald Trump says, guess what? Chicken butt. Remember that? And they all all of them start to nod before she even finished her statement. Good grief.
Over here. In his remarks during his inauguration, he promised American carnage. He is now he tried to
American
make good
carnage?
one that.
What inauguration was she watching? Did y'all get that one? Did y'all get the dog whistle? All those nice things Trump was saying. We was able to interpret it and break it down through the dog whistle ears that he was saying. And by the way, I know it sounds like I'm talking about stability and peace and America first, but I really want carnage. So now here she is talking about he said he wanted carnage. We better go check the receipts.
That promise.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again.
That don't sound like he said carnage. I mean, what kind of dictator that wants carnage would say, I want the people to rule the country like it was intended to be? Interesting. Maybe he said it somewhere else in the speech.
In his remarks during his inauguration, he promised American carnage.
And the crime, and the gangs, and the drugs.
Wait, I'm sure right before he said that, he said, I want you all to go out and commit crime and gangs and drug, all that stuff. Because right now, it sounds like he's about to say something else that doesn't sound like he wants carnage.
That have stolen too many lives and robbed our country of so much unrealized potential. This American carnage stops right here and stops.
That coconut ain't working. How did the coconut interpret that as carnage? He just listed some of the worst things in society and labeled those as carnage and said they must stop. But the coconut and all the coquettes that's sitting there nodding along somehow heard something totally different. Trump wanted carnage.
Right now.
He promised American carnage.
This American carnage stops right here and stops right now.
Now, see, you know what's not fair to me? Why is it that Trump can get sued for defamation, but yet you can get these people who have an audience that will come out here and just straight up lie? Like the video is right here. The video's right here. How can you not win that defamation suit? All you got to do is go in, show Coconut saying that he called for carnage during his inauguration. Play that clip, click. Your Honor, that's Coconut. If you don't know her, that's who that is Coconut. Okay, you should know her by the coconut. Okay, so the Coconut just said that Trump called for carnage. Here's the clip of Trump saying all the carnage must stop. But yet nothing happens to these people. This is fascinating. And she'll go on to complete more lies.
If he is afforded another term by the American people, he is going to triple down on that. I mean, am I making this up?
Yes, absolutely, 100% making it up. Everybody is probably like, I don't know what to even say. Because we all know she just made it up. She wasn't supposed to ask us that. We were supposed to just nod along like, yeah. But now she's going to get a confession out of us? No, I'm not saying that. Just in case Trump sues for defamation. Not going to get me on record saying, so watch, is mum's the word. Am I making this up? Watch this. Yes.
He's going to triple down on that. I mean, am I making this up?
Who's that to?
Anybody, because I'm just like, am I making it up?
Of course you are. That's why all of them are sitting there going, you want to, I mean, well, you ask me. I mean, I thought we all agreed that this was made up, but you ain't got to ask us. You ain't got to ask us.
Look, not Trump is going to go lower and lower and lower, Michael, to appeal to the worst of us. This is not.
You are the worst of us.
Normal. And Biden's got to call that out.
You know, I'm curious what you think, or Dr. Ray. It's certainly perpetuated by former President Trump. I mean, he is saying the craziest stuff. Simone's right that from that inauguration speech, we all were like, wow, American carnage. This is what we all signed up for.
I am sitting in a room. I'm not raising black children.
Wow. I mean, that is so fascinating, man. I mean, they got a captive audience like Howard Stern, Joy Behar, and the rest of the bubble, Mark Hamill, the guy from Jewel and the Now, who was fascinating is when I hear them come out and they don't even realize that they're being lied to. And you hear them repeat the lies. And these are things that all you got to do is just play the clip right next to it. And somehow these folks never stumble across the truth. Do you understand how hard they got to be working to keep that from these people? So long. I'm talking, that was almost 8 years ago. And they have kept that lie from a lot of people so long to where they still believe it to this day. Howard Stern is seriously thinking that a police officer got killed on J6. Brought it up with confidence too. And a police officer died too. Police officer. How do you shield that man from the truth of that? So many times that has been blown up and debunked. And somehow Jerry Curl Warren Weird Al Yankovic, Howard Stern, still believes a police officer was killed. Fascinating. Apparently they don't watch Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And speaking of Kevin from Kevin's Corner, we're going to end with this clip that I stumbled across. Now, guys, I want to start off with my disclaimer. I'm black. Okay. And I think I can speak on Black Matters. Okay. Not Black Lives Matter, but Black Matters. So apparently, guys, someone from the UFC adopted 2 little black children. Okay. And he came out and said something about these 2 little black kids, like how he's going to raise them. Okay. And I guess black folks on the internet got mad. Okay. And it just goes to show where we're at as a society and the programming that has been put in that is so built in, so deep into the DNA of many minorities and white liberals too, to where they're upset over this statement and can't understand the meaning behind it, the interpretation. So I got to help them. I got to help them. See, because, you know, I'm sure if a lot of black people watch me that believes, you know, got mad at what this guy said, they might want to call me a sellout. See, but that's why I started off by saying I'm black and I can speak on these matters. See, okay, because I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to give it to you raw. Okay, no OJ, no straw. When I give it to you, yeah, give it to you raw. And you ain't going to be able to question my blackness after this. So let's see what this man had to say.
By former President Trump. I mean, he is saying the craziest stuff. Simone's right that from that inauguration speech, we all were like, wow, American carnage. This is what we all signed up for.
I am sitting in a room.
I'm not raising black children. I'm raising children. I'm not raising black men. I'm raising men. And whether you are black or you are white, no matter what race that you are.
You are one.
Whoa. Now, wait a minute. I just heard that man right there say he ain't raising black children. He's raising men. Okay, he's raising children. Raising children. So now, just to give you an idea, I'm just going to show you one example of a complete ignoramus. See, this is what they've done to the black community with this crap, this identity politics, this plantation mentality. This is where these people don't even realize what they're getting mad over is destroying the black community. And I'll explain in a second. First, we have to, listen to the example that I'm going to use. This man is now going to be the subject. See, he didn't know it. When he got on the internet, on TikTok, thinking he was about to go viral for this, he had no idea that he would land on Kevin's Corner about to get roasted. So let's listen to it.
1000% incorrect. You are indeed raising black children. What you're going to have to realize early on is how you see your kids is not how the world's going to see your kid. Your experiences growing up and your baby's experiences growing up are going to be night and day. It don't matter how you raise them in the house. You have to mentally prepare them for what world is ahead of them.
So basically, being a man, having characteristics of responsibility, masculinity, all of these things that men should have, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. Success, perseverance, honesty, all of that ain't enough, okay, to prepare these kids. You got to prepare them from the black perspective because all black people have the same background, the same experiences growing up. See, so now this man right here is swearing up and down that your experiences aren't going to be the same because all black folks' experience is the same. Y'all ain't know that? Y'all ain't know that? So that must be why I run across some black folks sometimes that doesn't have the black dialect from the inner city. Yet they got 2 black parents. Their parents were successful enough to where they moved out of the city. They brought them up in a different environment, sent them to a school that's a lot more diverse. And when you meet them, they're like, hi, my name is Janet. And I'm going, what's happening? My name is Kev. I said, hi, my name is Janet. Well, I said, what's happening? What do you mean what's happening? I said, hi. See, and you wonder, wait a minute, why aren't you talking like all the brothers and the sisters from the hood? Oh, you had different experiences. You grew up in a different environment. Oh, my bad. I thought you were programmed to be able to speak the slang English. See, I thought you were programmed just by being black. So now here he is, lumping us all together, but he doesn't realize what he's doing by doing that. So I got to go ahead and dissect him.
What race that you are.
You are 1000% incorrect. You are indeed raising black children.
So now, what this fool doesn't realize, okay, this man is not talking about the fact that these kids, their color is black. Of course, we all see that they're black. Just like I had to just joke with y'all and say, I'm a black man. But when I'm talking to y'all, guess what we have in common? We got culture in common. We have patriotism in common. We got common sense in common. We got the way we all think in common. These are things that makes us say, that's my boy. He could be black, white, whatever. Okay, we have things in common. Of course, I can see that a person's white or black or whatever. But here's the deal. Blackness to these people is more than just your complexion. It's your experience that you haven't even lived yet. It's your experience that we want to throw on you. It's all of the history that we've been programmed to just embrace forever. The history that we didn't even live through or experience. See, so they've been telling us we're victims. They've been telling us we got to act black, whatever that is. So when you say you're going to raise a kid black, what does that even mean? The kid's already black. So now you must be talking about some other characteristics that you identify and feel equates to blackness. So what is it? Is it what? I got to shuck and jive. I got to use the slang. I got to listen to hip hop. What is it? Now, if this man would have never said that I'm not raising black kids, I'm raising children, these folks would have never really had a problem with it. The fact that he said, I'm not raising black kids, I'm raising, black children, I'm raising children, they immediately, all they heard was black, and he ain't in touch with the blackness. See, he gonna try to rob them of the black experience. Some of that robbery is good. Some stuff, these kids don't need to know. If the black experience breeds stinking thinking, get that part out. You keep the good stuff and you get rid of the bad stuff. Okay. So now, let me ask this knucklehead that we're listening to, what is raising a kid to be black? What does that look like? Please tell us, oh wise one.
What you're going to have to realize early on is how you see your kids is not how the world's going to see your kids.
And you're just going ahead and wanting them to drop that in the mind of these innocent young boys. You want to plant the seed in their head that everybody's looking at me differently because of my color. That's what you want to ride in on. You don't want to ride in on my character and me being a man. See, I'd rather a solid, hardcore man than somebody who is weak because they are sitting there thinking about my color. It makes me vulnerable and everybody hates me because of that. That's weak, stinking thinking. See, but when you are a confident man, you don't let stuff like that bother you if you do encounter it. But what this man wants to do is drop the seed in the heads of these people. You ever had somebody, focus on something or identify something that you yourself wasn't even paying attention? And then when they say it, it's like, man, I wasn't even paying attention to that until you brought it to my attention. Yeah, one time I went over some girl's house when I was younger, and she was like, oh my God, excuse the mess. I mean, I'm so, this is, and I wasn't even, I'm like, do you understand I'm a man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the grimy things I've ever endured, and I done slept in conditions. You think that little rag left out there or little dust right there is something I would have focused on? I didn't see it until you start going, excuse the mess. And I'm going, I didn't see that cobweb there, but now I notice it. When you start off putting these things in the minds of black kids, that's what you do. You start to plant the seed of paranoia. You start to plant the seed of, I got the can't help it. I can't do stuff because I'm black. Everybody's looking at me. You make them paranoid. You give them excuses to be sorry. And you calling this the black experience. So now what this guy wants this guy to do, who's not black, but he wants to give the kids a black experience, but he won't define what the black experience is. So I guess this man is supposed to tell his sons, all right, now, look here, boys, you can't do anything you want because you're black. And there's going to be a lot of folks looking at you, by the way, white people, because I'm a white person, okay? All right, I suffer from white privilege. All right, and by the way, I want you to flog me, boys. I want you to flog me because of my white privilege, okay? I want to start off by apologizing for my whiteness. Okay, but just to let you guys know that I already relate to all of your oppression that you didn't go through and you're not even conscious of until I'm telling you about it. Because the black people are demanding that I create this perception and I create this in your mind. Okay, I got to tell you about how broken you are and how you're set back, even though I done adopted you and put you in a great environment, and I'm about to instill all kind of positive attributes in you. But then what I'm going to do is offset that with a whole bunch of stinking thinking because the black folks is mad about it. So they want you to go ahead and start telling them about all the stuff that we deem as the black, raising the black folks and black men and stuff. So let's hear some more.
Kid, your experiences growing up and your baby's experiences growing up are going to be night and day. It don't matter how you raise them in the house. You have to mentally prepare them for what world is ahead of them.
So the world right now that you are programmed to believe, long as you're still walking around with that delusion, that is how you will perceive the world. Perception becomes reality. That is why folks are still walking around thinking we ain't made no progress since slavery. No progress since Jim Crow and those Democrats and all that stuff. Yeah, these are the same folks that's still walking around thinking every job that they don't get is because they're black. Every time somebody of authority approaches them, it's because of racism. So now you want to duplicate that. You never want that to end. You want to walk around assuming that white people are thinking about you, looking at you differently, and put that paranoia in the mind of the kids. That's what you want to do, just because you paranoid. Yeah, so you want to cast that off on the kids, instead of letting them walk around confident. I don't know about you, but as a black man, I love it. I love being black, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. No insecurities here, man. I walk in places bold, like I own it. In my head, what I'm hearing, well, you can tell by the way you walk, you want man. No time to talk. I'm John Travolta in it every time I go into a place. Not once am I going, they're probably looking at me because I'm black. If they do look at me, I'm like, they're looking at me because I'm black. It's a different mentality. That's the difference between stinking thinking. One person goes, they looking at me because I'm black. The other one's going, yeah, they looking at me because I'm black. That's the mentality that these kids should have. But it ain't even got to be based on their blackness. It's their confidence. It's who they are, their character. Yeah, and unless you encounter some obvious aggressive racism, which is rare. I mean, I know everybody's sweeping down, it's the greatest threat, is running rampant. But to the degree where you got to put that in the minds of these young men to think that, well, you know what? Even if I raise them in my environment with my resources, their experience is still going to be overridden by some boogeyman out there. I can send them to the best schools, raise them in the best environment, but somehow racism or some, black experience is going to come in and wake them up one day at a certain age. They got to go through a rite of passage. You're 12 now. I think we better show you something. You're black. Let's take you back down to the hood. No, keep these kids out of the hood. Keep them out of stinking thinking. Have them focus on being a man and a productive person in society and looking at everybody through the character and not their color. But not this guy. Yeah, just because I feel this way, I want all the black kids to feel this way so we can keep duplicating this stuff.
What I mean by that is
what?
There are going to be certain looks that these kids get. There are going to be certain stereotypes that these kids get.
Says who? Says who? See, this is the crap that I'm talking about. And every white liberal and every Democrat would concur. They'd all be going, you're right. And everybody's looking at you because you're black except us. Except us. Except us. The white liberal never looks at you because you're black. We pity you because you're black. That's what we do. We realize you can't get IDs. We realize that we have white privilege over you. And sorry for my bad. I recognize it, though. I recognize it. And we realize that you don't know how to use computers. And most of the time you're growing up in bad environments and you're poor and all that stuff in your schools. Yeah, we recognize that as the white liberal. And then you got black folks who think that this is what makes you black. Is because you're walking around with a chip on your shoulder of victimhood. And I'm going, that don't make you black. I still want to know what it means to be raised black.
Gonna be certain treatments that these kids don't get or get due to their skin color.
So all these black folks that's getting jobs due to their skin color right about now, that's what I'm wondering. All these black folks. So now all of a sudden, maybe you can't get a job, man, with all those dang on tattoos all over, all the way up to your neck. Maybe you can't get one. But if that is the case, it's probably because of your choices. So now these kids growing up with a well-off family, probably a stable home, and you're telling me doors aren't going to open for them? I guess you would rather have a black family who maybe is in touch with all of that racism and all of the pro-black stuff and all of the oppression that they most likely didn't live through. I guess you would rather them raise these two boys and maybe in, medium to lower medium income, and let them go to the hood. Let them experience all of the brothers in the hood, all of that influence. I guess you'd rather that happen than to be raised in this environment that might put them in the best opportunity to be successful. But hey, that man said he wasn't going to raise them as black boys. He's going to raise them just as children. So therefore, take them out of that home and put them in the hood with somebody that can give them the black experience. Now, I know what the quote-unquote black experience will do to you. I grew up in the black experience. That's why I said I'm qualified. Okay? Yeah. See, so we had some good fathers in the black neighborhood, but we have some raggedy ones. And I've seen some black fathers who their ideal of raising their kid with being black and a black experience landed their kid in the penitentiary. Made their kid be sorry. Yeah. Made their kid walk around thinking, man, I don't have to obey authority. Man, I ain't got to respect you. Who you think you talking to? And in their kid right up in the graveyard somewhere or beat up or whatever. Because that stinking thinking oftentimes, is equated to, I'm raising folks that be black. You don't see LeBron James sending his kids to spend the summers and stuff right there in the hood where he grew up. He removed them from that experience. So they ain't getting the LeBron James experience growing up either. He grew up in the hood and moved them out of the hood. Didn't want that stinking thinking. Most of these folks who make it take their kids out of the hood, so their kids really don't grow up with the black experience either. It's a mentality that this man is talking about, and it's a horrible one when you think that's what makes these people who they are, based on their blackness and not their character. Let's continue.
I didn't make the rules. It's just how it goes.
It's just how it goes. I just accept them. I ain't make the rule. The white liberal keep telling us that we are victims, and the conservatives and all the system and systemic racism. I don't make them rules. I just accept them. Even though I don't see no blatant white folk coming up to me every day talking about, hey, you black boy, what are you doing here? I want to know how much racism this man experiences on a daily level. Talking about I don't make the rules, I just accept them. That sounds like a sheep to me. That sounds like a person that is not an independent thinker. And dang on it, my battery just said I got 15% left. So let me go ahead and finish dealing with this Pop-Tart.
They're black children. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Their encounters and experiences.
Put the TH on the end. Talking about it's the truth. Dang on it, it's the truth. Okay, brother.
Experiences with the police are going to be different.
Setting them up for failure. Setting them up for failure. Their experiences with the police are going to be different. Says who? It's crazy, man. But this is how many minorities think. And will get mad because this man wants to focus on the character of these boys and not their color. They will overlook all of the opportunities that can open up for these young black men by being raised by this man. That is a manly man. They'll get mad at that because he said, I'm going to focus on your character and not your color. But that ain't good enough. We want you in misery. We want to be crabs in the bucket. We want all black people walking around with stinking thinking. All of us saying, man, the man got us down. We want that.
It's going to be different. There are going to be certain things that they gravitate to naturally that you're not going to be able to explain.
Like what? It's in our DNA. We just gravitate towards the stuff because we're black. It's unreal. Man, I hit 13. And I got a sudden taste for fried chicken, Dad. I don't know what it is. Candy yams. I didn't even know what they were. I woke up this morning. I'd never even heard of them. I was like, candy yams. I need some of those. It's in me. It just kicked in at a certain age. Dad, you know what? Here I am. I one day woke up and started breakdancing. Just start breakdancing. I gravitated towards it. Yeah, there you go. But now here it is, gravitating towards things, and just because you're black. He don't realize the stereotypes that he's fulfilling right now and the slave mentality that he has. He's a victim of stinking thinking and of folks who knows that it's good to have black folks thinking like that. We want them all thinking they victims. Then they won't focus on their future or success or individuality. And that's what this man wants to rob these kids of. Individuality.
Understand, even down to their hair, doing things with their hair, making sure that they have healthy hair or
that kid's hair looks like every black kid's hair I see. You act like these white folks they're just oblivious to how black hairstyles look. Yeah, they don't realize that their sons have different styles and different textures of hair than them. I don't understand why I can't just comb straight through it. They recognize they're not their real biological parents, you dodo bird. Boy, I tell you, not gonna be putting mousse in their hair.
Things are different.
I'm not raising black children. I'm raising children.
Good.
I'm not raising black men. I'm raising men.
Men.
And whether you are black or you are white, no matter what race that you are, there are certain things about being a man and being a good man when it comes to character and integrity and safeguarding the helpless and sticking up for those who need it and being a good man,
No, but forget that. Forget all of those things you talking about. We want these black boys walking around mad for nothing. We want them riding in their car like, oh man, here come the cops. Man, I bet you they about to drag us out the car and beat. Hey man, I ain't getting out. Forget that mess. That's what we want. We want them making excuses every time they fail. Now, does this guy look like a guy that accepts failure and excuses? You think he's going to instill that in those boys? I guarantee you, just the fact that he does what he does for a living, that right there tells everything about this man's character. The fact that you get out there and go to war, there are certain things that men do, and I go, I know exactly what kind of man you are just because you do that. And you ain't gonna be the type of man that's gonna have your boys walking around talking about, hey man, it's because the white man is always, and they got me and I can't even do nothing because I'm black, and see, I ain't gonna never get ahead. He will not tolerate that, and neither will I. As a former athlete and a football player, not once have I ever made an excuse. It is, yo, don't point the finger, point the thumb. Don't get mad at the coach, get better if you don't get in the game. No way am I going to get up there talking about, well, the system is rigged against you, son, and because you're black and all of that mess. I'm going to go work harder. Get in the weight room. Find a way to get it done. That's the mentality you got to have. And you instill that in your young men. But nah, you want to instill some, because you black, you can't do that.
And of reputation, none of that has to do with skin color.
Thank you.
Everything has to do with the character of the man.
But see, that don't work for identity politics. That don't work for Marxist conflict theory. That don't work for these liberal Democrats. How you gonna win elections when you talking about the character of the man? When you have instilled independency and individuality in black folks? You need them all thinking like that Pop-Tart that we just listened to. Talking about different experience, man. I'm telling you, they just gonna be looked at differently, and they're gonna have different experiences with the cops. And I guarantee you, Joe Biden and all the rest of them, that's right, the police are white nationalist racists, and they're xenophobes and homophobes, and you are a victim. You are a victim. Now get your butts back in those hoods, and let y'all continue shooting each other in the hood. Continue sending your kids to those raggedy behind education systems that we put in place. And shut your mouth. Hush up, boys. Stay ignorant so we can control you.
And like I said, it's probably probably not an answer that some people would say is important, but that's where the world has gone, where we think that the most important thing about us is our skin color or our gender or our or our sex or our political affiliation or all these different identity politics or the identities that we put on each other, when really we're just human beings on this earth.
We're just ordinary people.
And there are certain things about being a good person that transcend skin color and age and sex and religion and all of those different things.
Yeah, but that guy wants you to focus on just the fact that they're black. Now, he wants him to raise them black, which, like I said, I guarantee you he can't define what that is. Because I didn't know there was a set pattern to being black, something you gotta wear. I mean, my parents didn't know anything about you just are black. But yeah, he's talking about raising black. So I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, cook them all fried food and hog maws and pig feet and teach them slang and broken English and all that stuff. There's a lot of characteristics that I see in inner city black kids that I would love to breed out. If that means you being raised black, get it out. I'd rather you be a Carlton Banks, not unusual to be loved by you. And I see a lot of black fathers, unfortunately, that put some raggedy characteristics in their sons or don't even be around them at all. And you get this man talking about, I'm going to raise him to be a man with character. And you talking about, but what about raising them being black? Oh, well, what does that mean? Because you do realize I'm not black, I'm white. So I'm just going to raise him as a child, you know. But they need to be raised black. So what? What does that mean? Huh? Going out and just pouring a little, this is from my homies. What, is it the music that we listen to? Is it the attitude that we have? Do I got to teach him how to walk with a little swag and some bounce? Is that it? What do I have to do to please the black ignorant population that got mad at me because I said I'm going to focus on raising him as a man and not as black? Because that's what he is. He's already black. So anything outside of that is just a stereotype or some perception that a lot of black folks have been duped into thinking this is what you must do and think and be like if you're black. But the number one quality is you gotta walk around mad for nothing. Gotta walk around remembering you're a victim. You gotta be paranoid. You gotta be suspicious. Not because somebody did something to you, but just because you're black. And just because they're white. Now, how will we ever get rid of the experiences that black dude was just talking about? He gonna have different experiences, man. He gonna be looked at differently. We'll never get rid of it with people like you. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. I beat the deadline before my phone cut off. So thanks for listening to me tonight. I had to let that guy have it. It was a last minute buzzer beater. He wasn't even gonna make the cuts. And I was watching that on the way home on a man truck and was like, man, this dude, I'm gonna give it to him. I like what this guy's saying. If I was this dude, I'd be like, okay, y'all don't like it, come in here and beat me in the ring. None of y'all want to, oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead and beat the white guy up and then I'll raise him however you want. You can't beat me? No? You're not tough enough? You're not man enough to get in the ring with me? That right there, that guy's a real man. And I'm going to put my money on him raising those two young men as men versus throwing them out into the hood and trying to make sure they understand their victim. Pisses me off. So thank you guys for watching the show tonight as I digress and calm down. Hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Man, I've been not feeling that great tonight or today. I was struggling all day. But because I'm a man and I'm hardcore and I know how to persevere, I didn't blame racism. My stomach hurting because of white man. Oh man, I'm hurting all over the white man. Nope. You fight through it and you get it done. So, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Let me see what else. Let me see. Oh, text MAGA to my number. Hold on, let me make sure I'm done with this. There we go. To that number, 330-974-4607. I should be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Hopefully I'll get off earlier tomorrow. Right now, I'm be honest, y'all, I need to get some rest and some food in my belly. So I might work on my show for tomorrow. Or I might not. Who knows? We'll see. But I think that's about it. Oh, and if you want to support the channel, you can give through my Cash App, my PayPal. It's right underneath my videos. And I think that's about it. If it ain't, it is what it is. Right now, I'm pooped. I done exerted all of my energy. I'm spit after going off on that peanut head young black boy that don't know what he's talking about. All right. Hey, buddy. I'm going to show y'all a picture I took of Gizmo. He looks great. Looks so good. Not tonight, though. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow on Kevin's Corner. Take care.